Welcome and welcome back for all the new and returning subscribers and or viewers. My name is Mike, and today I'll be discussing with you how to respond to a narcissist. Not easy to do, hence why I say you have to go gray rock if you can't go no contact, but I'll be elaborating in today's video. As always, guys, if this topic resonates with you in any way, shape, or form, you can relate, please like, hit the thumbs up, comment your thoughts, opinions, wisdom, and any and all feedback down in the comment section, and please subscribe. Thank you very much. I'm grateful and humbled to have you all here. So without further ado, let's get started. You see, we as empaths, at least empaths who have healed, we've grown, we've healed, we've introspected, we've processed, and we have not ruminated, at least not anymore. We don't ruminate over the narcissistic abusive relationship anymore because we're survivors. We're not victims. We are survivors, we're thrivers, we're warriors. And don't doubt yourself for a second right there. I'll explain how this gets into responding and not reacting, and how to respond to a narcissist, which is basically, ideally, no response or very little response at the very least. Okay? I think you all have an idea about where I'm going to get into, but if you don't, it's going no contact as soon as possible. You have to block and delete in that order, because guess what? Like I said in my previous video, if you don't block and delete in that order, there are going to be more avenues for the narcissist to contact you on. For instance, if you block them on your phone, then they'll try to mail you or email you, or use a flying monkey, implement a flying monkey, a so-called mutual friend. And speaking of which, you need to cut these people off. And any and all people who are tethered to the narcissist, you need to cut them off. But that's a no-brainer right there, at least at first, because if you can't trust a narcissist, well, who can you trust other than yourself in that current moment when you were in desperation and a time of need, and no one was there to help you, no one was there to offer you a hand up off the ground? No, the narcissist wanted you to be kicked while you were down, figuratively, and maybe literally too if you were subjected to physical abuse. It runs very deep and personal to me, but how to respond to these narcissists is no response at all. Just like I say, you gotta block them and delete them. And if you can't, if you're tethered to them, whether you are married, you share a kid, or you work with them, or you live with them, or whatever the story is with you, you have to just say as little as possible, if anything. Reach out to somebody private, get their two sides of the scoop. Most of them will tell you, you gotta just grin and bear it. I mean, not if you can help it though. You just have to grin and bear it until you come up with an exit plan. Whether it be a way out, to move out, or to relocate, change jobs, whatever the case may be for you. These have all been real scenarios for me, and I hope that my 2 cents will help you. Okay, but the way you respond to the narcissist is no response. They want a reaction out of you. They want to dig at your emotional vulnerability, in air quotes. I put vulnerability in air quotes because you are not vulnerable to a narcissist once you close any and all avenues. Like I've said previously, there's nothing more to be said to a narcissist if you just go gray rock or no contact, or no contact. You gotta do it the healthy way. You gotta unplug the plug before they unplug the plug on you. And they leave you high and dry, decimated, destitute, destroyed, inside and out. I know how that feels. But you can't let your emotionally driven thinking outride your logic. So, putting the emotional thinking aside for a moment, I just wanted to get into the logic part. how to respond to a narcissist logically, even indirectly, even after you've gone no contact. They're going to notice, hey, he's not or she's not calling me as much, or, he or she's not reaching out, or he or she is not falling for the shenanigans that I set them up in. They wanted to see you suffer. Like I say, they wanted to see you be kicked on the ground, and you didn't want to get up out of bed for a while. Maybe you lost weight or gained weight, or you went through some sort of, post-breakup trauma or drama, okay? I know how that is, but you gotta just take it in stride. I mean, I know it's easier said than done at that moment, but the best response is no response. If you hear nothing else out of me, then hear this. No response is a response. It actually speaks volumes. Silence speaks volumes. I'm going to perhaps do another video regarding silence, how it speaks volumes, because it tells the narcissist that you don't need them. Nonverbal communication is communication, nonetheless. I've taken communications classes in college. Does that make me a brain wizard? No. But does it help me out in reality? In today's day and age, yes, it does. Looking back, I'm glad I took all these communications classes and psychology classes back in college, because it's really helping me understand the nature of people. No one's coming to save you. Not everyone who tells you that they love you is really going to be there for you. Okay? You have to look out for yourself first and foremost. Let people's words match action. Or let their actions match their words, All talk, no action. This is the kind of rhetoric I get all the time from narcissistic people, narcissistic creatures, narcissists in general. They're all eggs in the same basket. And you must not be susceptible to this anymore. You're no longer the punching bag, okay? You don't have to respond at first ring. You don't have to listen to their drama. I hate my brother, I hate my sister, I hate my mother, I hate my father, I hate the landlord or the tenant, or I hate my coworker. I've heard it all. And then some. But guess what? There are a lot of things in life that we don't like, but we have to do it anyway. Just like I said in my very first video, you don't have to like anything or everything that you do in life. More specifically, you don't have to like everything that you do in life. You just gotta do it. That's what my late uncle used to tell me all the time, and it's a tough love statement, And now that he's gone, now I really know. No one's coming to help me. No one's coming to help anybody. Everybody is not going to be around for forever. No, obviously not. You have to stand on your own 2 feet. Learn how to process, not ruminate, and that no response is a response, and that responding and not reacting is the course of method in which to take. In wake of the narcissistic abusive relationship, you can't subject yourself to that kind of drama or that type of childish behavior, which it certainly is anymore. You can't subject yourself to that. You respond to people with reciprocation, People who reciprocate are relationship material, or perhaps even more than that. But either way you look at it, the narcissist is just a thing of the past now. You must not dwell in what once was. You have to go on. You have to put one foot in front of the other and traverse this healing path, even if you have already healed. Even if you still watch my videos in wake of the narcissistic abusive relationship, at least, you're doing your due diligence. I appreciate all of your support throughout the past year and a half or so that I've been making these videos, but responding and not reacting is something that I've been trying to emphasize for the longest time. For the longest time. You don't have to do this anymore. Even if you feel stuck, you're not alone. You are not alone out there. Before I close out this video, I just wanted to emphasize that silence is your best course of method. Go no contact as soon as possible. You know, don't get too glued to that social media shenanigans if you have to have it, or you happen to have it for whatever purpose, personal, business. But all it takes is a simple Google search for the narcissist, and there you are. So your best method of action is to just lay low. It's not that you're afraid of the world or you're apprehensive of everybody and everything, but you have to lay low for a little bit. Process exactly what I say. You know, go for a walk outside, read a book, meditate, you know, go to the gym, do whatever you gotta do to get your mind off the narcissist. Anything. That's all I did after the narcissistic abusive relationship. You know what I wanted? You know what I did? You know, after more than just one bad relationship, I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran and I ran on the track for several miles per day, and it really helped me get my mind off of it for a little while. Once those endorphins kick in and the dopamine and all this stuff. So do whatever you have to do. Whatever works, works. Be kind to yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? Nothing but love. God bless you all. Take care and goodbye.